Namaste. Before following any advice or practices suggested in this video, it is always recommended that you consult with your doctor as to its suitability, especially if you suffer from any health problems or special conditions. Yamajit, John Hollinsby Mayer, and Tridevi Chamunda Mandir cannot accept any responsibility for any injuries or damages incurred as a result of the exercises and meditations contained in this video. So, namaste, everybody. And I already see April's here. Namaste. And welcome to Tridevi Chamunda Mandir in Denver, Colorado. I'm Yamajit, and so glad you could join me this evening for our Tuesday satsang. I'd like to start with a couple of announcements. So this coming Friday at 7 o'clock, we'll be doing a Yoga Nidra meditation. This is a deep guided meditation. Yoga Nidra means sleep of the yogis. We'll continue with our Chair Yoga Chakra series on Tuesdays. Next week will be the third chakra. Tonight is the second. And then the last Friday of the month, we'll have the next installment of our 15 Kali Nitya Goddess series. We'll be honoring, having a puja and satsang for the goddess Kurukula. So the fourth of the Nityas. So tonight we'll be doing some simple chair yoga and meditation for the second chakra. Chairs such as this will be very useful. And you may want to use other props like folded blankets, cushions of different types. And if you have a yoga block, you will find it very useful. We're going to be doing a forward bend. So it'd be nice to have this on the floor if when you're bending over, your hands don't quite touch the floor. We're also going to be doing a chair version of triangle pose. And it'll be nice to have something like a block in your hand, a book or a sturdy small box might also work. So again, namaste. I'll give you a little background of the second chakra. So it's located in the lower abdomen, just behind the pubic bone area. It governs the urogenital tract, the pelvic bowl, hip area. It's associated with the water element, apis. Its associated sense is taste. Its proper name is svadhisthana, which roughly translates to mean sweetness. When our second chakra is balanced, we see qualities such as creativity, joy, comfort in one's sexuality, appreciation for the things that one has in one's life, patience, fertility, pleasure, and the healthy expression of emotions. An unbalanced second chakra is associated with such issues as guilt and shame, irresponsibility, infertility, a stifled sense of creativity, sexual issues, especially fears around sexuality. There's some areas that kind of overlap with the first chakra. So eating disorders can be a second chakra as well as a first chakra issue. Also the fear that one may have around loss of control. And some physical manifestations connected with the second chakra. Any kind of disorders of the reproductive or urinary systems, so kidney, bladder, ovaries, testes, uterus, prostate, and so on. The lower back, the hip area, so hip pain, and also again kind of overlapping with the first chakra. Sciatica can also be a second chakra issue. And as always, if there's ever any questions or comments, please feel free to email me through my YouTube channel. So once again, I'm so glad you're here. Please feel free to say a little hello using the chat function at the bottom of the screen. So we're going to begin with a short puja so that we're practicing in sacred space. I invite you to sit comfortably, and this would be a good time to take a seat in your chair. Maybe adjust your position a little bit. You're going to want your feet flat on the floor, your knees about hip width apart, your hands on your knees, your back straight. And we'll open our practice tonight, as we always do, by chanting the mantra Om 3 times. Inhale. Inhale and exhale, slowly opening your eyes. And just take this time to prepare for our practice as we go through the steps of the puja. Om Pavitra Pavitrova Sarvavastam Gatopiva Yashmare Padarikaksham Sabhyavyanta Sushi. Om Gam Ganapataye Namo Namah. Jai Ganesha. Om Sri Gurubhyo Namah. Jai Guru. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Kailase Patona Namah. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Jayanti Mangalakali Bhadrakali Kapalini Durga Shama Shiva Datri Svasvada Namostute Jai Tvam Devi Chamunde Jai Bhutita Harani Jai Sarvagate Devi Kalaratri Namostute. Jai Ma Kali. Lam Bam Ramyam Hamom Lam Vam 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 Ramyam Hamom. Jai Ma. So I invite you now to take your seat in your chair if you haven't already. And some areas in which some props may be useful. So if you find your knees are up kind of high, you might want to use a cushion such as this under your hips. Likewise, if your feet are having trouble touching the floor, a cushion or a folded blanket under your feet can be useful. Have your block or other props handy as well. So we're going to begin with a short breath-centered meditation. So we're starting out in chair yoga, easy pose. Again, feet flat on the floor, knees about hip width apart, our hands resting upon our knees. If you want to use some type of mudra, you're welcome to do that as well. But I invite you to close your eyes and just begin to breathe deeply. As I've said before, the breath is the basis of yoga. Our movements work with the inhalations and exhalations, expanding with inhalations, bending or contracting with exhalations. Feeling the sensation of the breath as it enters and leaves. Breathing in and out through your nose, or you can also try breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. But using this time to ground and to center and prepare for the work we're about to do. Exploring our physical and mental forms and our spiritual forms as well. Focusing your attention and your breath on your heart center, breathing in and out through the heart. Taking a moment to silently connect to whatever form of the divine that you're closest to. Honoring that divine presence that is deep within us as well as without. And if it feels right, I invite you to make a short sankalpa, a short intention for our practice. Just thinking of some small facet of your life that is ready for healing at this time. And let the energies of our work go toward its resolution. So slowly opening your eyes, taking a couple of breaths, just feeling the effects of the breath in our opening meditation. And then I invite you to come to standing. We're going to do a rather simple warm-up, just to prepare the joints for the movements that we're going to be making and to be able to sit comfortably in meditation. So placing your chair in front of you and taking a couple of steps back from the chair and bending forward, placing your hands on the chair for support. We're just going to begin breathing deeply within and without, and just moving the spine and our joints in different directions. So cat-cow type moves, forward and backwards, up and down. Also moving from side to side, getting some lateral action in the spine, getting the knees involved, and the arms involved. Not having either the knees or the elbows locked, moving freely. We're doing slow, fluid, gentle, easy movements. Moving the neck in different directions, maybe making circles with the neck in both directions. Just again, being very gentle if moving the neck. Pedaling the feet a little bit, getting the toes involved, moving the fingers and the wrists, loosening and relaxing the jaw, moving shoulders in different directions. But just moving in a free-form manner. Just letting the body move and its energies with it. And then coming to a stopping point. And moving to the front of your chair. Placing your feet about hip width apart. Knees slightly bent, pelvis slightly tilted. Rolling the shoulders back, bringing the palms of the hands forward. Taking a moment. Just resting in mountain pose, Tadasana. Looking straight ahead, relaxed gaze. And then inhale and exhale carefully. Come to a seat in your chair. May be helpful to sit more toward the front of the chair and then separating the knees to open the hips. And then inhale, bringing the arms overhead, bending the elbows into cactus arms, breathing deeply in seated goddess pose. And then a deep inhale and exhale, bringing the palms of the hands together. Feeling the stability of the feet on the floor. And then inhale, raising the arms overhead to a slight back bend. And exhale, swan diving down, bending, bringing the hands to either a block or a cushion or the mat. And just feeling this nice stretch in the hip area. As you breathe deeply and go as far as is comfortable for you, as far as breath and body allows, not overstraining. Perhaps coming deeper into the pose with each exhalation. That feels right to do, letting the head hang loose. Letting the upper body be relaxed. And then inhale, pressing up very slowly. Stacking the vertebra, one disc at a time. Rolling the shoulders back, bringing the hands to your knees. Spine straight, breathing deeply. Just feeling the effects of that first pose. And then turning the feet forward, bringing the knees closer together, keeping the back straight, and then inhale tall. Exhale, rolling the shoulders back, grasping both sides of the chair, reaching your heart up toward the ceiling. In a seated variation of camel pose. Breathing deeply, just a nice little counter pose to that forward bending we were just doing. And then inhale and exhale, rolling the shoulders forward, bringing your hands back to your knees. Continuing to breathe and just feeling the effects of the movement and your breath with the movements. Letting your eyes be open if they've been closed. And then inhaling tall. And exhaling, hinging at the hip, coming forward as you exhale. And then as you inhale, beginning to rotate carefully toward the right. Inhaling as you come back. Exhaling as you come forward. Feet and sits bones are securely positioned on the chair, on the mat. Breathing in and out, making gentle circles. The lower abdominal area. This is a wonderful movement for massaging the internal organs of the abdomen. And getting the arms and shoulders involved as well. And then with the next inhalation, reversing the direction and rotating the opposite way. Making sure the neck and the jaw are relaxed. And then inhaling, coming up to center. And taking a couple of breaths. And again, just feeling the effects. A better direction. Rafa and Susan, namaste. So now we're going to cross our right leg over our left. Sit for a second. Inhale, raising the right arm overhead. Exhale, letting the hand drop behind the shoulders, bringing the left arm around to meet it. Doesn't matter if they touch or not. Keeping the spine nice and straight, breathing deeply. In a seated version of Gomukhasana, cow face pose. And then inhale and exhale, release the arms. Just rest the arm on the knee for a moment. And then bringing the leg up so that it's horizontal, the ankle resting on the knee. And first we're going to pick up the lower leg and we're just going to use our arms to help us make circles at the hip. Again, just honoring that hip joint. And reverse. And then coming back to our starting position. Keeping the back straight. Deep inhale. And exhale, bring the knee up, giving it a hug. And then inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale up. And let's do 3 more. So this was a seated version of a half butterfly. We're now going to do the chair version of pigeon pose, Kapotanasana. Inhale tall. Exhale, hinge at the hip, keeping both sits bones in place. Finding that comfortable stopping point, that comfortable edge, breathing deeply. Feeling that nice stretch in the right hip. Again, if it feels right, you can come a little deeper into the pose with each exhalation. And then inhale, pressing up slowly. Taking a couple of breaths, bringing the foot back to the mat. Just resting for a moment. And then crossing the left leg over. And inhale, raising the left arm overhead. Exhale, dropping it behind the shoulders, bringing the right arm around, keeping the back straight, breathing. And doing cow face on the other side. And then inhale and exhale, release the arms. Rest for a second. Then bringing the leg in a horizontal position, picking it up, and again, making gentle circles with the left hip. And reverse. Good. And then replacing the leg on the knee. Inhale. Exhale, bringing the knee up, giving it a little hug. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale up. Let's do 3 more. Good. And then coming back to our starting position. Hands on the ankle and knee. Inhale tall. Exhale, hinging at the hip, keeping the sits bones in place, keeping the upper spine straight, and just doing that nice pigeon stretch on the left side. Inhale, pressing up slowly, bringing the foot back to the mat, sitting tall, and just feeling the effects. Now with your hands on your knees, and again, be helpful if you're sitting a little bit forward on the chair. Inhale, hinging at the hip, bringing the chest forward and along with the chin. And exhale, coming back, collapsing the chest, bringing the chin to the chest. And we're going to do some gentle, slow rounds of seated cat-cow. And inhale, coming back to center. And here's where you might want a block or a small box or a book, even a right size folded cushion might work. But inhale, putting the block in your right hand, making a T shape with your arms. Inhale and exhale, bringing the block to the floor, left arm up in the air, and breathing in the chair yoga version of triangle. And you can adjust the block if you want to go a little deeper, resting your hand on the block. And inhale, coming up very slowly. Transferring the block to the other hand, take a couple of breaths. And inhale, widening the arms. And exhale, lateral fold to the left, bringing that right arm up in the air, shoulder back. Coming deeper, if it feels right, and breathing in triangle on the other side. And inhale, coming up slowly. Bring the block to the side. Resting for a moment, breathing. Or a twist may help to come a little bit further back in the chair. Inhale, raising the left arm overhead. Exhale, bringing it to the right knee. Inhale, kickstanding the right arm around, grabbing somewhere on the back of the chair. Breathing in a nice gentle twist to the right. Turning the head to look over the left shoulder. And then deep inhale and exhale, releasing the pose, coming back to center, taking a couple more breaths. And inhale, raising the right arm overhead. Exhale, bringing it to the left knee. Inhale, kickstanding the left arm around, grabbing somewhere on the back of the chair, breathing. Turning the head to look over the right shoulder. And then inhale and exhale, releasing the pose, coming forward, taking a couple of breaths. So for our next series, I invite you to move the right knee. So it's at a 90-degree angle with the left. For our next movements, you could actually stay in this position, or you can bring the left foot and leg back into a lunge. Making sure you're stable on the chair. And inhale, raising both arms overhead into warrior one. And then with the next inhale, bringing the right arm forward, left arm back. Finding warrior two. And then bringing the left hand to the thigh, turning the palm upwards and sliding back gently to find reverse warrior. And then inhale, come back straight. Inhale, exhale, bring the left foot back to its starting point. Inhale, exhale, rotating around back to our starting position. Take a couple of breaths. And then rotating the left leg, so it's at a 90-degree angle with the right. If it feels right, you can come back into a lunge position. Inhale, bringing both arms overhead into warrior one. And then inhale, left arm forward, right arm back into warrior two. Breathing. Inhale, exhale, bringing the right hand to the thigh, coming back a little bit, and reverse warrior. And inhale, coming back up. Bring your hand to your left knee. Inhale and exhale. Bring the left leg back to its starting position. And inhale and exhale, rotating around to our starting point. And breathing. So again, it might help to be a little bit on the front of the chair. Make sure you're stable, both sits bones are in place. Inhale and exhale, bring the heels together and the knees back. So you're resting on the toes, heels together, hands on your knees, back straight, and just finding this wonderful seated position of Baddha Konasana, or butterfly. This is our last hip opener of the night. And then a deep inhale and exhale, bringing the knees forward, bringing the soles of the feet to the mat, scooting back on the chair a little bit, and finding our simple sitting pose. Inhale, exhale, bringing the elbows to the knees, the head, top of the head to the hands, just resting for a moment. Breathing deeply in a seated version of child's pose. Back is soft, as is the neck. Shoulders relaxed, wrists relaxed, hands relaxed, jaw relaxed. And then inhale, coming up slowly. Back into simple sitting. Closing our eyes and preparing for our second chakra meditation. So returning to the same deep, slow yogic breath that we began with. And just taking a little physical inventory and just noticing if there's areas where there's still tension. Focusing your breath and your attention to those areas and just consciously making the effort to relax those areas, letting the tension go with each out breath. Coming into a deeper and deeper level of relaxation as you inhale. So feel that relaxation. Feel the top of the head relaxing and the back of the head and the eyes. Relaxing the sinus area and the jaw. Relaxing the throat and the neck. Relaxing the shoulders and the arms. Relaxing the hands. Just letting those fingers go limp. Relaxing the upper back and the heart center. Relaxing the diaphragm. Relaxing the upper abdomen and the mid-back. The lower abdomen, and the lower back. Relaxing the hips, relaxing the thighs, relaxing the knees, and the calves and the shins, letting go in the heels and in the feet and in the toes. And bringing your breath and your attention now to the lower abdomen, in that pelvic bowl area. And in your mind's eye, I invite you to visualize yourself walking along a sandy beach at night. The ocean is fairly calm, but you can hear the lapping of the waves on the edge of the beach as the ocean comes in and out gently with each inhalation and exhalation. You look up into the dark sky and you see a silvery crescent moon. This is the tattva, symbol of the water element, and part of the symbolism of the second chakra. You stand there feeling the sand of the beach under your feet, a gentle breeze on your skin, and you look out into the calm, dark ocean, and you see the rippling reflection of that silvery crescent moon in the waters. Just take a moment and focus on that image. And just be aware of the feelings that this place and this image invokes. You look downwards towards your feet, and you see a small tide pool. And you see the crescent moon reflected on the waters. And you notice that the moonlight illuminates the tide pool. And you notice all sorts of tiny sea creatures swimming, crawling about on the sand at the bottom of the water. And remembering how the ocean and small pools like that were the place where life first originated. And again, just check in with your feelings as you gaze upon this image. And I invite you now to take a deep and clearing breath. Just letting go of the beach, and again, just focusing on the lower abdomen. And now with each inhalation and exhalation, I invite you to silently chant the seed mantra, VAM. VAM. Inhale VAM. Exhaling VAM. Silently chanting the mantra of the second chakra. And again, just letting yourself be aware of what that experience brings into your awareness. And taking another deep and clearing breath, letting go of the mantra. And just bringing your breath and awareness now to the bottom of the pelvic bowl, to a small area just behind the pubic bone. Breathing in and out through the chakra center. And as you focus and as you breathe, just allow yourself to be aware of whatever comes into your awareness from that focusing in this area. Just be aware of any thoughts, any feelings, emotions, mental pictures. Just allow yourself to silently witness those things from a safe distance, practicing non-attached witnessing, non-attached awareness. Just letting things come, noticing them, and letting them fade away and be ready for the next thing. Maybe noticing some increased relaxation in your lower body as you focus and breathe and experience. And now as you breathe deeply, I invite you to let your awareness slowly expand with each breath, so that your breath and awareness is now focusing into the area of the uterus, prostate, ovaries, external genitalia, perineum, hips, kidney area, bladder, breathe and bring your awareness to this whole region. And just continue to witness whatever this activity invokes. Witness from a safe distance, letting things manifest and letting things fade away. And take a deep and clearing breath. And just let your breath and your attention now come back to your heart center. Just letting go of all the experiences and the images. And just resting for a little while in a place of stillness and silence. Just a comfortable place, free from all distractions. I invite you now to take a deep and clearing breath, letting go of the meditative experience, and once again becoming aware of your surroundings. The sound of my voice and the bell, the sound of whatever else is making noises in your space. Maybe a heating pad or one of your pets. Bring your awareness back and become aware of your body sitting upon the chair, your feet flat upon the floor. Your eyes are still closed as you bring yourself back. Taking another deep and clearing breath, slowly moving your fingers and your toes, your hands and your feet, arms, legs, shoulders. Bringing the palms of your hands slowly to your heart center and listening to the words of our benediction. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Taking a moment to thank the divine within and without. Taking a moment to express gratitude to yourself for taking part in this practice tonight. Very slowly opening your eyes. And namaste. And thank you so very much for joining me this evening. I hope you enjoyed our sequence and the meditation. I hope you have a wonderful, restful night tonight and a wonderful day ahead. Blessings always. Namaste. And thank you. And good night.